Before the ocean belonged to engines, before satellites traced its surface, before maps tried to tame what lies beneath, there was a ruler. Not the biggest creature, not the fastest, not the most feared in legend, but the one that understood the ocean as a battlefield. A hunter that does not rush, that does not panic, that does not rely on chance. It watches, it waits, and when it strikes, it does so with purpose. We named them killer whales, but that name is not enough, because what swims beneath the waves is not just a predator. It is a mind, and nothing about it is normal. For millions of years, the ocean tested designs. Some creatures grew armor, some grew speed, some evolved poison, camouflage, or brute force. But one lineage evolved something far more dangerous. The killer whale's body is not accidental. Its black and white coloration is not for beauty. It is camouflage from above and below. From the sky, they vanish into the dark water. From the depths, their white bellies blend with the light above. Their dorsal fin cuts the surface like a blade, not for display, but for stability at speed. And that speed can exceed 56 kilometers per hour. Yet, physical perfection alone does not make a ruler, because beneath that streamlined body lies something rare in nature, a brain designed not just to survive, but to understand. The orca brain is massive, heavily folded, and rich in neurons associated with emotion, memory, and decision-making. They do not simply react, they consider. They do not chase randomly, they select. In a world ruled by instinct, the orca introduced something alien: intelligence as a weapon. When most predators hunt, they rely on chaos, speed, ambush, brute force. Orcas rely on something far more effective: planning. Watch them hunt seals on ice. They do not rush. They do not bite blindly at the edge. Instead, the pod splits into roles. One group positions itself behind the ice floe. Another calculates distance. Another waits, perfectly still. Then, in one synchronized movement, they generate a wave, not randomly, not violently, a controlled surge of water designed to destabilize the ice. The seal slides, the water closes, the hunt ends. No wasted energy, no panic, only execution. When hunting fish, orcas use carousel feeding. They herd entire schools into tight spinning spheres, then release bubbles to disorient them. Then take turns feeding, like disciplined soldiers rotating positions. Even their calves are taught patience. Young orcas practice herding, timing, and restraint. Mistakes are corrected. Success is reinforced. This is not instinct. This is education. And when intelligence evolves into tradition, it becomes unstoppable. For centuries, the great white shark symbolized dominance, a creature perfected by evolution. Rows of serrated teeth, a bite force capable of tearing through bone. Nothing hunted it, nothing challenged it, until the orca. In places like South Africa, California, and Australia, something strange began to happen. Great whites disappeared. Not migrated, not reduced, vanished. Then bodies began washing ashore. Sharks with no signs of battle, no torn fins, no shredded flesh. Only one thing missing: the liver. Orcas had not attacked wildly, they had performed precision kills. They flipped the sharks upside down, triggering tonic immobility, a natural state of paralysis. Then, with calculated force, they accessed the body cavity and removed the nutrient-rich organ. The rest of the shark was left untouched. This was not feeding, this was surgical dominance. Even more disturbing, Entire shark populations abandoned their territories for months, sometimes years. The ocean's apex predator had recognized something higher. Not faster, not stronger, smarter. But the true power of orcas is not in how they kill. It is in how they teach. Different orca populations across the world behave like different societies. Some eat only fish, some specialize in seals, some hunt massive whales, some sharks. But these skills are not genetic. They are learned. A calf does not automatically know how to hunt a seal. It watches its mother. It mimics. It fails. It tries again. Hunting methods are passed down like traditions. Even their voices are different. Each pod has a unique dialect, a vocal fingerprint. An orca raised in one pod may not fully understand another. That means orcas do not just form groups, they form cultures. Culture is something humans believed was uniquely ours, but beneath the waves, another civilization has existed for thousands of years, one without cities, without writing, without technology, yet built on memory, cooperation, and knowledge. In a silent world, orcas built society. But intelligence is not always gentle. Orcas have been observed playing with prey, tossing seals into the air, dragging animals underwater, then releasing them, repeating the cycle. Not for hunger, for curiosity, for learning, for stimulation. And when such a mind is confined, when social bonds are broken, when movement is restricted, that intelligence does not disappear. It turns inward. In captivity, orcas have shown aggression never seen in the wild, not toward prey, but toward trainers. The same mind that coordinates hunts now recognizes confinement. The same awareness that plans attacks now understands injustice. These were not random acts. They were reactions from a creature that knows it does not belong behind walls. You cannot cage instinct, but more importantly, you cannot cage a mind. Here is the great paradox. Orcas can destroy boats. They can hunt whales larger than themselves. They can outthink sharks. Yet in the wild, they almost never kill humans. Why? Because orcas are not driven by blind aggression. They hunt what they understand. What they have learned is food. Humans were never part of their cultural menu. To an orca, we are not prey. We are an anomaly. They approach us with curiosity. They circle. They observe. Not with hunger, but with evaluation. And perhaps that is more unsettling than violence, because it means they are choosing not to attack. Not because they cannot, but because they decide not to. Sharks rule through fear. Whales rule through size. But orcas rule through understanding. They hunt across every level of the food chain, from fish to seals to whales to sharks. They adapt faster than any marine predator. They teach their young. They refine their methods. They remember victories and failures. They are not bound by instinct. They are guided by thought. In an environment where survival depends on speed and strength, orcas introduced strategy. In an ecosystem ruled by evolution, they became its greatest experiment. The ocean does not belong to the strongest. It belongs to the one that knows how to win. Beneath the surface of our planet moves a predator that does not rely on chance. It does not kill without purpose. It does not act without reason. It watches. It learns. It remembers. And when it chooses to strike, even the ocean itself seems to step aside. They are not monsters. They are not myths. They are something far more unsettling. The mind at the top of the food chain. Nothing about killer whales, was ever normal.